Hi everyone, this is Victoria and I'm here with your energy update. I hope you guys are doing great. Hope you're excited. There's only one week left till Christmas. For those who are celebrating Hanukkah, happy Hanukkah. And of course, any other holidays that you may be celebrating during this time. Quite a few people that I know are celebrating birthdays, anniversaries, so it's full house. For me, winter has never been a season of birthdays or anniversaries. So for me, it's like, New Year's. And since I um, moved out of Ukraine, also Christmas, I like the highlights of winter holidays, basically. So that's what's on my mind, at least. That's what I'm looking forward to. But whatever it is for you, I hope that you are looking forward to it. And, of course, you can argue that holidays are just random days, occasions, whatever. Maybe they have some specific energies, but like um it's not the point, like it's really, at the end of the day, it's an excuse to commemorate who and what you love, you value, you prioritize in your life, what you have, how far you've come, what you've been through, like in different contexts, in different modulations, depending on, what is it that we are celebrating. But you can even make up your own holiday. Who cares, right? Maybe your family doesn't celebrate any of these big holidays that we're talking about. You can make it up for yourself. Why not? Maybe your winter holiday is going to be winter solstice that we are experiencing between Sunday and Monday, just a couple of days from now, and it's going to be massive. The energy is already building up. I can definitely feel it. Also, before that, we have full moon coming up. So I will be talking about that very soon, but not today. Today, I just want to do a quick update. And I know last one was like 20 minutes long, so I'm just going to dive straight in. So, a quick message for the twins from the Angels and Ancestors Oracle. If you'd like me to do a separate video on rituals for the winter solstice, please let me know. I can record something like a short, actually, not a shorty, not a loney. Just a reminder, I still have a dog behind the scenes, and quite literally right now, he's behind the camera, and that means that at some point you may hear strange noises, you may hear the camera, see the camera move. This is just part of my life at this point in life, so yeah, let's hope we won't have disruptions in this flow. So for the feminines, your message is the animal garden. I literally had this card, I think is my last, their latest card of the day that I did in shorts, because I do those too. By the way, if you're new, hello, please subscribe. I do special edition readings for the lunation events. Winter solstice will get one, which means that there will be a couple of big readings coming up for you. I do monthly horoscopes, and again, next week I will start uploading January ones. I like doing that over Christmas days. Actually, it's part of my traditional activity during those holiday days. Yeah. So and I do dailies with like a 1 card pool. So join me, please. Going back to the reading, so this is the animal garden. It reminds you about the animal within, about the instincts, about what's really that kind of primal urge and desire that actually sometimes we push it away, right? Because it feels like, oh my God, we're supposed to be better than that, right? With all our consciousness as human beings. But we also, because we're so focused on that conscious reality and the consciousness, we lose a lot of that intuitive guidance in its prime state, where we can just go with it, where we can just give it a try, where we don't judge it, we don't overthink, we just do what feels right in that moment. Of course, because we're conscious human beings, we can be more aware and responsible in terms of not hurting other human beings or living creatures, but you know what I mean. Trust your intuition at this time. If you were contemplating this, if you had a question about it, like you have this feeling, you don't know whether to pursue it, this is your confirmation. Yes, you should. You absolutely should, even if the numbers don't necessarily line up on paper. For masculine, the high priestess. Oh my god, this is wow, this is amazing. I think the last reading that we did here, we had high priest for the feminines. How interesting. Peacekeeper for the masculines. And masculines continue studying this feminine modality this time through the high priestess. There's definitely a difference between the peacekeeper energy and the high priestess. High priestess has different focus and different goal in mind. Here it says harness mystic power, right? It's not about getting everyone to, to find a compromise. It's not about, yeah, now let's just find peace and ground ourselves and, be joyful. This is more about finding the truth, right? And the truth a lot of times is much deeper than, the surface and the 3D reality that we're living in. And the high priestess has access to that power. And so the masculines are now also looking into this modality. And that has meaning on so many different levels, starting with they understand the feminines better, where they're coming from, how they're processing all this energy that you can't really control at the end of the day. And the more work you do on yourself, the more you clear up the blocks, the more you raise your vibration, the more you're going to be you know, attuned to it, so you won't be able to ignore it, right? And how much it impacts you, how much sometimes it's difficult to just keep your cool and pretend like nothing is happening, right? Because there's so much happening under the surface and you're feeling it. Of course, another side of it for the masculines is to embrace their own feminine energy, right? Befriend it, be curious about it, study it, and see the beauty in this, right? Of um, how this feminine attunement helps just dive into the unknown, right? And not to overjudge, not to overanalyze, not to filter the message that's coming in so it makes sense, or you can present it in public, right? But even if it doesn't make sense, say it anyway, or accept it the way it is, write it down. It'll make sense at some point, right? Okay, for the main read, I'm going to use Tarot Grand Lux today. And then I'll use the Tarot Mystical Moments for clarifiers. I'll try to find more decks for the weekend or for next week. So let's see what we have. I'll probably do something fun for Christmas time in terms of readings. So that should be with different decks. And then, of course, the January readings will be with different decks. Okay, let me complete the spread. And then I'll talk about it. Also, if you want a personal reading, you can contact me in messages and email. I have a Hipsy account. I'll check and make sure that it's in the description box so you guys can easily access it. That's probably the fastest way to reach me. And, sometimes if I'm around, you can just book a live and we can do it then and there, without even any waiting time. But yeah, it's like an online shop essentially. It also has several options. If you don't see what you like, you can also message me and ask for whatever customization you're looking for in your reading, and we can proceed. Ace of Swords at the bottom of the deck. Yeah, there is a lot of truth that comes to the surface, and I mean, I see it, and even if in our day-to-day reality and what's happening in politics, in show business, a lot of big news these days, and I'm not gonna hide. Of course, a lot of it is quite tragic and shocking in a negative way, but that's also surfacing so much of the information that was hidden. And we have a lot more of it to come before the end of the year, which is interesting to say, thinking that we only have, 10, 12 days left, but it's true. All right. And you can challenge me and ask me for any kind of updates that you're thinking about where you don't see how this truth is healing or beneficial, and I will break it down to you and explain how it is. Bottom of the deck here is the Empress. Yeah. The power of the nurturing and creativity rises at this time. The more truth we know, the more we can embrace truth about ourselves and who we are. What do we want to do? What are we capable of doing? By the way, if you're interested in my travel notes and just notes of the day, I started doing reels on Instagram, and my handle is in the channel information. Um, you can um, you can follow me on Instagram and follow those notes that I'm making. I don't know whether I'm ever going to be publishing them on YouTube as well. I don't really know if there's going to be interest for that. I probably will, but I don't know yet. Because not all of it is strictly spirituality, but it is life. And for me, Instagram is that tool, is that platform that I'm using for it. So, but it is, of course, it is valuable, it is useful, it is philosophical. So if you want to know more of that and just generally what I'm up to, then definitely follow me on Instagram. Okay, so feminines. Your card is King of Pentacles, clarified by Ten of Pentacles. Look at that. While masculines are embracing the power of the feminine energy, feminines are, kicking ass and just going for it with business, with public success, getting out, putting themselves out there. And what I'm getting here is even if you're new at this, even if it feels like you're trying something, to others, it will feel like you've been doing this for a decade. Like they will definitely want to hear more. They will want more of this, whatever it is, right? And I don't know, maybe you've just launched a new product and they'll be buying it, or they'll be asking, where can I find it in different color? Or do you give discounts if I buy 10 or something like that? Something that you didn't expect, of how big the demand is going to be or how much people will appreciate it, especially if it's information. Right, so definitely huge potential for growing abundance at this time if you allow your empress self to blossom and to show up without much judgment or filtering. And we talked about it with the animal instant card. For masculines, we have the Knight of Wands, clarified by Two of Cups. Yes, masculines are really feeling it on the physical attraction side, but it's a lot more than that. It's like there's definitely a sense of obsession, and maybe even limerence for like the one. But what I'm hearing also, it's not necessarily for the one person, like not necessarily for a specific feminine. It's more like obsession with the idea of being with my soulmate, being with my person, building life together. And it gets to a painful point, even. That's what I'm getting here. The energy is pretty thick, of kind of like, if since I don't have my person with me at this time, it's like, oh my God, what am I doing with my life? Or I don't know how much longer can I take to keep building towards it, or working on myself, or checking off the boxes on my way. Because if you remember, for a while, the message was that they're working on some things in their life to get ready, right? To feel more confident with this union, with committing to someone at this level. And yeah, now it's like, oh my God, I don't know how long I'm gonna wait for this, or can I wait for this? It's taken forever. This is impatient energy. Additional question for today is still once clarified by judgment. So, yeah, with still once, we're really being asked. It's like the Matrix and the blue and red pill, what kind of decision are you making today? What kind of solution are you going for? Sorry, guys, just have this. Yeah, have some wires here in the dock next to it. So, what could possibly go wrong? Are you gonna choose the easy way out, or the way that helps you grow, that helps you expand, that shows you new opportunities, but is scary because you've never really done that before, and it's like a gamble, it's like a lottery ticket. You never know, right? And with lottery, it's not even like a 50-50 chance. Not, well, with gambling, most of the time it isn't either, right? The chances are a lot lower than that of victory. But if you do win, usually, it's a big payout. So it's like, so what is it gonna be? And it's very important to understand where the lessons are taking you. What is that path? What is the trend? What have you been learning? Which path out of the two or the three or the five is really going to push you to your next level? Not just continue doing what you know and what has proven to be successful for you, but where can you go to the next level, even if you're not sure what that next level is yet. For the feminines, Three of Cups clarified by the moon. For the feminines, it is about embracing their feelings, emotions, their hormones I'm getting, and the side. It's like this combination between the 3D, 4D, and 5D, how it all kind of blends into the mix and how it brings a certain beauty, right? It's learning from other feminines too. Um, how some things that we are avoiding or we see as weakness are actually our strengths, how we can use it as a superpower, something for you to look into, especially if you're thinking of a specific something, right? Whether it's, I don't know, physiology, hormones, or it's the lifestyle that we have, or, certain things that we naturally focus on as feminines. There's a possibility to remove the judgment around it. That's what I'm hearing for you. And then for the masculine, speaking of judgments, right? For the masculines, we have the Hermit clarified by Seven of Swords. Yeah, and for the masculines, there is an opportunity to see who they are, to meet themselves on the journey, without lying, without pretending, without toughing it up or toughing it out, right? And pretending like, I'm strong and invincible. No, it's like I'm looking at who I am and I'm seeing it, I'm accepting it, right? I'm accepting that person in the mirror, right? And I'm showing them love and compassion, right? And I want to build better habits with this, not the ones that look cool or that my friends are doing or whatever is on the internet right now, but what will be suitable for me, what I feel is right for me now. How the feminine seen the connection? Eight of Swords clarified by Four of Swords. Interesting. So it's like, don't try to push against the stream, push against the grain. It's a lot more important to go with the flow and relax, if anything. Relax a little bit, give yourself some grace, take some rest, start again on a different day, maybe with a different note, with a different mood. Don't do it right now out of place of just feeling like you have to or some kind of a deadline in front of you. How the masculine see in the connection. Yeah. The Empress, clarified by King of Swords. First of all, beautiful artwork in both cards. This is absolutely beautiful. Yeah, so masculines are seeing how they are building themselves up essentially, right? And they're not just seeing it as a contrast between this is my empress and this is where I am here, just building, just learning. No, now they're inspired by the empress in a way that, like I can see how I can be this, right? Or how I am this, but I'm just still polishing something, still removing certain stereotypes and templates from my head so I don't feel pressured by society or by my peers or by my family. And, it's like a work in progress. It's a matter of time. I'm mastering this, but not just as a brutal force, not just by showing judgment and dismissing anything that doesn't fit into my worldview, right? But through learning more, studying more, communicating better, right? That's the power of the sword suit, right? And at this point, the masculines are becoming the masters of that suit. Okay, I'm gonna leave it here. Thank you so much for joining me today, guys. I love you all, and I'll talk to you again very, very soon. Please don't forget to like the video and subscribe to my channel. And until next time, bye.